Back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. All right, hopefully you've had a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you're feeling motivated as I am to get after the fitness this week. All right, we've got a nice little play on that signature benchmark, Fight Gone Bad. All right, we're calling it Flight Gone Butterfly, kind of as a nice little tip of the cap to the Butterfly Challenge. Maybe you got after it today. Maybe you haven't heard about it yet. All right, but either way, make sure you do check out our page, read a few posts before this one. All right, seeing what it's all about and how it will help you become a stronger, more beautiful butterfly. All right, we're all gonna fly somewhere. Let's make sure we're flying in the right direction together, all right? So to that point, if you're familiar with the benchmark, it's gonna be 3 rounds of 5 one-minute stations. The stations are going to obviously be alternating movements. There'll be 1 minute of rest at the end, then you'll repeat that 2 more times. All right, so the first station is simply going to be the squat, all right? Ideally a weighted squat here, whether it's with a dumbbell, a plate, or a backpack, the choice is yours. How you choose to load is your choice as well, all right? For example, if I have a dumbbell, just clean it up to the shoulder and support it there. You can have it resting on the shoulder, you can have it resting in front, resting behind, goblet style, whatever you want to do. All right, just making sure that our squat is in fact initiating with our hips, driving our knees out all the way down, pressing the floor away, squeezing your butt to come to a full extension when you stand. Obviously, if you're using a plate, probably that front rack's gonna be the most comfortable, all right? Just in this position again, you can also, in fact, put it over the back. Nothing's really changed there either. Just making sure, again, that we're able to reach full depth and full extension. With a backpack, it's literally the same exact idea, all right? You would have it in that front rack. You can quite literally even wear it on your back. Not the cool one strap. Make sure you're a good student. You put both straps on here, all right? Ready for your first day of fitness school. Or maybe your final day, you're graduating to fitness university, all right? Regardless, good joke, Chris, thanks. Regardless of that, all right, how you choose to load, you wanna make sure that you're in fact actually loading with a lightweight, all right? Something which you feel confident you could be moving for the whole minute. Shouldn't feel too heavy or too challenging. So to that effect, if the weight that you have is in fact going to be a bit too heavy, simply stop it, just do a regular air squat, all right? After that minute's up, it's gonna be the hang power clean. Now again, depending on what you have to use, all right, we'll obviously modify maybe ranges of motion here. Really with the dumbbell, it's gonna be the most likely to actually bring that weight to the shoulder. So if you do have a dumbbell, it's kind of what we do most traditionally in the gym, all right? You can either have, again, those heels shoulder width, hips back, reaching your wrist back, snapping to that stand, catching that quarter squat, standing all the way up, all right? You can also, in fact, just keep that dumbbell off to the side, hips snap back, but remember, belly stays tight, squeezing my butt so I'm not arching through to lift. Again, almost kind of like a glorified curl, that's fine. The choice is yours, all right? You will do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, again, if you're using a single apparatus for your weight. If you're gonna have a plate or a backpack, we're not really going to the shoulder today, all right? But rather we're gonna kind of mimic a Russian swing. So you'll have that played out, all right? Kind of resting on my thighs, reaching my hips back, all right? I'm gonna want a little bit of a wider stance so that there's some room for that plate or that backpack to move. From here, snap to that stand, and squeeze the glutes, lifting with the arms. All right, that may feel a little awkward. That's okay, all right? We'll show you what you can do if that is too strange for you. Same idea would be with the backpack here. You can attempt to try and clean the backpack. Avoid it with the plate, all right? The backpack, and make sure you have it flipped inside out. A bit too lazy today, apologies for that. Reaching your hips back, think jump shrug, catching that quarter squat, standing all the way up. If that feels awkward or strange, try and have that backpack long ways, wider stance, reaching your butt back, and then you just swing to that Russian height, all right? Or just wrist height, pardon me, wrists to shoulder height. Now, if you don't have any weight here, then as always, we're just going to that classic burpee, all the way down, all the way up, all right? After that minute, your third station is going to be the plyo lunge, all right? With regards to the plyo lunge, you're basically lunging in place, all right? Making sure we're extending at the top every time. You'll initiate by stepping back. The back knee's gonna tap the ground. If you jump, you flip in the air. You can have the hands on top of your head and have the hands on your hips. The back knee is going to touch the floor. I'm reaching full extension every single rep, all right? Left and right equals 1. Okay, so you're not counting each step, but rather both sides will equate to 1 repetition. If the jump is going to be awkward there for you, simply sub just a reverse lunge coming to a stand. The same rule would apply, left and right is going to equal 1 rep. Fourth station, okay, is going to be the push press. Again, we'll go back to our weights now. Obviously the plyo lunge is unweighted if you haven't noticed that. And now coming back to our weight, again, cleaning that back up to the shoulder. Heels are going to be underneath our hips, could be even a little bit wider here. I usually like with one arm to have it a little bit wider. Think dip, all right, depth doesn't indicate strength. Hips underneath my shoulders. From here, drive to the midfoot, extending at the top. It is a push press, not a push jerk, all right, so my legs stay locked. Don't begin squatting, or rather dipping, until you actually get the weight on the shoulder, and don't begin pressing until the knees are locked. The hips are open, similar to the power clean, 5, 5, alternating back and forth, okay? If you have, again, a backpack or a plate, you'll kind of have it in this pseudo front rack, if you will. From this position, smooth dip, head comes through at the top. You can kind of have the plate tilt slightly down if it's a little bit more comfortable so you don't hit your chin. It's completely okay. Just think ears, find your biceps at the top of the movement. Again, legs staying locked as we extend. Again, if you're on the bag here, same idea, just dip, head through at the top. All right, be mindful, again, of the straps. If you don't have any weights for this, simply going to be doing push-ups. All right, so in that plank position, elbows track back all the way down, all the way up. Modify that to the knee push-up if need be. Lastly will be the jump rope. All right, you'll be performing 1 minute of double unders or single unders, or if you don't have the rope itself, we'll be doing, again, those toe touches. So whether it is in fact a weight, all right, whether it's a plate, a dumbbell, with a bag, or just a pile of clothes in your house, just alternating feet, left and right will equal 1 rep, all right? If you were doing single unders, all right, then basically consider, for math purposes, I don't know, divided by 5 or so. Every 5 jumps would equal 1. Doesn't really make a difference. Just make sure you're having a good time, all right? However you want to log it, clarify it or don't. We don't really care what you get as long as you're getting after it, ladies and gentlemen. The butterfly challenge is in full effect here, all right? Make sure you're flapping towards that good level of fitness and that great attitude.